Now say don't say me just stubborn be. Me just stubborn. I say me winning power na me Ghana ho ban. Me person me bibia ye bibi hormone bibia wia. Na bo say me ma charge. All right, thank you very much. Now again na ekoso amente ya nipa bi ekeka nsem. Mama ya fa nhye so. Na yemfa Ghana nsem no Kevintela. Hey. Now say don't say me just stubborn be. Me just stubborn. I say me winning power na me Ghana ho ban. E na me ka no credit me just stubborn be. Me just stubborn. Stubborn dem de kwan. Me chairman and nanum nyina me chairman papa okaka ando nana aidan okaka ben ando the 10th oye abra sebu command kese traditional area paramount chief or me chia me nana otumfo osetutu nana chenchen hene ba ko Kevin Taylor wona na maba wo dia mame me da se nana chenchen hene wo dia to be chimiensa wo so nana no bi ejimi a mentia omo enti sebio mo a mo wa santimemu ene emu potemu a mu jimi no otumfo setutu nana na me ne de hye ba ko no me Kevin Taylor chenchen hene ye wo wa santimemu be yamfantini mama me eso ye ahunani enso otumfo de hye ne me odome o se asantini ana ne de hye bi ejimi a me mame emfa entomago emfra me nchirechirem enti mo a mo ye otumfo nana no ma mu jimi no nana se wo ma green light no metiamo Muso a moye eye doma hene nana michiao enwumbrei oso yo hene kese a wadwiri mu do sebio enye easy so behu hene a sebio oye judge enti doma hene so michiao enwumbrei one ukuro ene wo ma ene sebio oman de muso moye wo ho no so sebio Ghana ye nyina ye ni aso ewo eye Ghana senia asanteman ekekere ekoso ama doma hene ene doma man enso ekoso no saa ne nyina pese etena ewo Ghana mu obi a won expertise enti saa na de bia ye no yebusa question I answer ne nja atemdidie questions ni kwa ne here answers atemdidie mfa yanko bebia. All right moma yendwem na eye da be na mote dumso mba biem ai ana MP before mu refi dumso they say ano Ghana for MP before say omo ka dumso ho asem because MDC has solved our problem no it is here no omo change omo topic no omo de nam edam. Let me speak to the young people of Ghana. The young people of Ghana ma make be chiremo let me tell you people, the reality is the government of the day, the expectations of the young people, akuma bonia MPP, Ghana for we are all witnesses, or we were all witnesses. Let's be frank on issues. On a normal day, this is how governance is supposed to be. On a normal day, say dollar no, and a cedi no, and a dollar no what 12 a normal. On a normal day. On a normal day, say abai ye buni say ya, it is normal. Now for 8 years no, NPP are buying any san kofuya ye huomo and the ekwa kwitia TV so ekekan kwasesem no. Sa oyawa omode share mumu, omode share Ghana for mu. Sa pain, the disrespect for you Ghanaians, especially the young people, the disrespect for our Mushomo, the disregard for the rule of law, and Bawumia Ekufuado Kennedy Japan. Yenim say, such trauma, no, we are still in there. Now, it is so interesting, say, because for a very long time, no, majority of Ghanaians, we missed what we call governance, regular governance. It's for 8 years, no, we lived with a political party or with a president who was basically foolish. We lived with a vice president who was clueless. We lived with a political party that did not think. Everything was about them and the next election. Into it drew some time be a majority of Ghanaians, you know, that yaw any pain, you know, it made us believe, say, and I say, say, there was no way Ghana would be back to a yet normal. Or we can reset Ghana to the point where things will be normal again. Where you meet a businessman who will talk to you regularly and say, you know something, business is doing okay. A little bit of, you know, ups and downs, but we are generally good. Now, when you say businessmen can meet and have that kind of conversation. Now, young people are more juma, more pay juma, more person are buying crano. Extra say at least say on create opportunity in your that respect, you know, a buying no will be mamono. You miss that into for 8 years. So now could be 14 years plus 8, you know. You can see say akorano for 8 good years, you know. What's a year system be more. A system, it is going to be difficult for that young man to adapt to this kind of system. the kind of system na eye Bawumiani Ekufuadomo Edie Femuno. So many Ghanaians have become used to it to the point when they see things change positively, it is difficult for them to adapt to that kind of system. Because we were living in time we be not be normal. So we became immune to those kind of things. Obesorano pa na obie diska billions of cedis. It was no news. Obesorano pa na president akofa drug addict. Not that Jubilee House. No about music video. It was no news again. Like the respect that was attached to governance was taken away. That was the time we saw family and friends take over governance. Ejako Betina TV so kachire say Gabi Ochredako was in charge of Ameri. So it got to a point, sorry. Now Yeni Ghana for no crap, we didn't even we could not differentiate between governance and tyranny or people taking advantage of us. For 8 years, we lived with such people. Appointees were doing their own things. A whole government sanctioned or endorsed illegal mining in Ghana, whereby regional chairman of political parties said chairman to me, national women organizer, Edisa Kate Jemfua, we got party faithfuls, executives, Nana Bimo, and people who were in party positions doing galamsey openly. In fact, a sector minister wrote a whole report and told the president, take action. The president actually threw it away. We lived through this movement. At a point, Ayawaso West Wagon, Brian Champon, the NPP, they sent thugs. Obu Bunipai Botuo, daylight, cameras, where it was picked. We all witnessed it. A commission was put together. Ekufuado took the white paper. He threw it away. We lived through a time. Everything was negative. So we were used to negativity. We didn't understand good governance. We didn't understand, say, a time will come, you bet Martina Ghana for a month, 2, 3. Now, yenya scandal, obien tamaban siken. You get what I mean? We have gotten to that point where the expectations say, it is now getting to a point where your dreams say, in this 8 months, the abai we are, it's been so good, we are now beginning to feel like this government has been in power for 4 years. And that is where we are as a people. And anytime you see a lot of agitations, and anytime you hear a lot of people trying to say something should happen, because they are used to things, when nothing was happening. So now, when nothing is happening, then people forced to make something happen. Adentina wensi adentina yenchi will be. Adentina binding guye. Adentina dollar number form. Adentina petro bonye din kodru point to be. Adentina, you see, so in the system, there are some people who are always anticipating bad news because for 8 years they have lived through that. Into almost system is used to those kind of things. You best no panaba umi chantro. You best surround the economy is resolute. Can Japan and a no more contract, air light poles, the street light, all mine yet, Brian the Champon, no for criminal, so we were used to those things. Now, for about 8 months or getting to 9 months, those things are not there. Into new governance, it is something that is beginning to become difficult for us to adapt. It will take time. It will take time for us to adapt, to know, say, there is a president who respects the people's opinion. And then and then the biggest problem in Ghana. And then the biggest problem in Ghana. And it's obituary sorry, no say about when you she. The reason why I talk about when you she say that person is looking for something negative so that they could at the end of the day use that and say that is how governments are. And it's regular. What's sorry now? Oh, at the boneno in their head, they are like, the government is not performing because we are used to government that is always stealing from us, that is always disrespecting us, that is always not delivering, but always lies about delivering. And until you get some people, they don't really know. Some guys are buying they cannot pinpoint exactly what this government has not done. Right. You can't blame them because our system be more check. For 8 years, they are used to bad governance. They've lived through bad governance to the point they are struggling to adapt to this kind of governance, which is regular governance. Some person will take a step back and look at what is happening now. This is what regular governance is supposed to be. Your dollar is around 11, 12. Regular governance. Normal. That's how it's supposed to be. Your dollar is at 12. It comes to 10. It goes to 11. It goes to 12. It comes to 10. You see, but at a point, the dollar was at 17. And this will be surrounded upon us, the dollar in 17 on Tiasie. Then they start to ask questions. And then because now they are used to the old style, the old deceit. Until you get a lot of people who are trying to make it look like say Bibian Koso, so nyome ekosupa.